The big weekends of flat racing are coming up thick and fast as the end of the season approaches. We've just had the Arc de Triomphe meeting, obviously, at Longchamp. This weekend, we've got the Cesarewitch at Newmarket and Future Champions Day. I'm joined by Bruce Jackson, who's going to have a look at the Cesarewitch and try and pinpoint some early value for us. OK, Bruce, it's all over to you.
Well, it's been a long time coming, isn't it? They've been betting on it for quite a while, so all the thieves have been in trying to nick things. Interesting, at the 5-day decoration today, a lot of the top horses that probably people have wasted a bit of money on have all come out because of the prospect of still very fast ground. We've got a dry week still sort of forecast at Newmarket. Coming from up that way, I know this time of year there's often an Indian summer, and that seems to be the prospect, so there'll be watering. But things like last year's winner, Aim to Prosper, Ocean's Minstrel, things that we're expected to be quite sort of lively, this all come out. So it's got a very different sort of complexion to it, I think, now, the race.
Veiled is the favourite, 10-1. There's a good record of Nicky Henderson in this race. Is that something that catches your eye?
Yeah, I mean, I can see exactly why she's favourite. Won the Ascot Stakes over 2.5 at Ascot. Doesn't mind a slog, and obviously Nicky's turned to Eddie Ahern again for Veiled, who they teamed up for Caracciolo at 50-1 a couple of years ago. Obviously Nicky's got Sentry Duty in there, who's done his duty in the race before, and he's an old boy now. I mean, Caracciolo was as well, so he's got the profile of that. But I couldn't have Sentry Duty. Veiled, I think, would be hard to keep out of the front four, I must admit. But
hasn't run since the Ascot win, though. No,
that's right. Yeah, but that's not a problem. So Nicky will have given her a summer break. She's probably going to go jumping as well. So yeah, so the start of the year, 95 I think is high enough. Interesting, another of the joint favourite, Keys. Again, for me, a negative is 10-1. Roger Charlton last week gave a bulletin, very good of him as he always does, said that he'd scoped a little bit, sort of like worryingly last week, but he's come out this week and said no, he's scoped clean now, so it looks all sort of green light for him. But his form's on softer ground. After I was there when he won at Newbury. He did it really nicely, stepping up in trip. Then they went and ran him again. He's gone up £10 in the ratings. He's now looking exposed. Again, I can see him improving again, but I think he would need the reins to come. I think fast ground, I wouldn't want to be backing him at 10s. He'd be another one off my list.
Closing stages, Keys by a neck from Colour Vision. It's been much harder work than it was 6 days ago, but Keys will follow up.
What's your shortlist?
Well, my shortlist would be, well, you never leave out a Dermot Weld horse, do you? So, again, there's a little bit of a concern about Rainforest Magic, whether come over with the sort of like prevailing ground. But to me, I like that sort of Galway winner over hurdles, over 2 miles 2. Blinkers on the last 2 times, seems to have like really enlivened the horse. I don't think he's fully exposed off a rating of 87. I think Dermot can work his magic in the Cesarewitch again. So he'd be my #1 choice.
He's about the 12, 14-1 mark. Yeah?
I think there's a little bit of 16s left, possibly. Might be down to 14s generally.
Running up towards the finish, it's Rainforest Magic who's going to score in great style for Dr. Lamb and Dermot Weld. Rainforest Magic, second home striking.
I love throwing in a rank outsider. In the old days, I backed in Caleb in the last century when that won at 66s. One that, again, I'll just throw a few quid at is Braveheart Move of Jeff Harker's. I noted it down a couple of years ago as being a horse to follow when he finally gets into his big frame and sort of strengthens up. And he was a sort of Sir Mark Prescott spin-off. So Jeff Harker hasn't really been in that great form, but again, faster ground will suit him. He's had a big layoff since disappointing a bit last time. He's the sort of horse who could suddenly sort of come and you think, well, sort of a couple of years ago you'd give him a good chance. He's come down the ratings. He used to be in the 90s. He's back into the 80s now. He's just one that I'd want to keep on my side. Another one, Ermin Lodge of Pat Phelans. That was second to Veiled in the Ascot Stakes. That was 2.5. Didn't quite get home with 2.5. Obviously, Cesarewitch 2 furlongs shorter. He'll be putting in his good work at the finish. That's again, I can't see that being out of the first 6, say. So those would be the 4 against the field, I think.
Okay, with your main selection then being Rainforest Magic.
Definitely Rainforest Magic, and a little bit on Braveheart Move at hopefully about 66s.
Okay, there you have it.